Reupholster Homestead. I'm so excited to have you guys here today. I'm going to be working on reupholstering my dining room chairs. This is something that I have wanted to do for years and years and years, and I don't know why. It's just one of those things I kept putting off and putting off and putting off, and finally was just like, you know what, I want my dining room to feel so special for fall this year, and so updating the dining room chairs was going to be an absolute must, something that I was like, okay, I'm going to do it, I'm going to get it done. Not gonna put this off any longer. So this is my first time ever reupholstering dining room chairs. So if I do this wrong, I'm sorry to those of you who may know how to do it better. You know what, DIY is about trying new things that you've never done. I did watch 2 little videos on it, and it was pretty much in my mind how I thought I was gonna do it. So we're just gonna wing this thing and see how it turns out, but I'm excited to get a little inexpensive update to this space that I think is gonna make a really big impact. So let's get started. So for those of you who haven't seen my dining room, this is my dining room, and this is literally right off of the front door here. So right when you come in, you see the dining room. So these are what the chairs currently look like, and they're in really good shape. You know, I've had these for probably like 6 years, and my Grammy actually is the one that gave them to me, and she had them for years before. So one of the reasons I've been putting it off is because really they just are in great shape. But they don't match the decor in here. They don't go too bad with my table. They're okay, but definitely don't really go with my rug. They're in really good shape, but they just need a little update to kind of match the space a little bit better. So let me show you guys what I have picked out. Okay, so here's the fabric that I have picked out. I've actually had my eye on it for years, and I don't know. I thought this was gonna be expensive. So in case you're wondering, I got 4 yards for $86. I'm at Hobby Lobby, and that was when the fabric was 30% off. So the regular price would have been $123. So I thought that was pretty good, 86 bucks. You can't even buy a chair for that cheap. So, so I thought that was good. So here's my fabric. I'm so excited, and it looks so much better with my rug in here, which I'm most excited about. And I got a little staple gun. It's an Arrow staple gun, Tackmate stapler, and it's for upholstery and decorating. When I saw that, I was like, there were so many to choose from, and when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So this is what I got. I think this was like maybe 25 bucks at Lowe's or something like that. Mark says my hand is gonna hurt really bad, but I don't know, we're gonna see. I don't know, well, I'll let you know at the end how bad my hand hurts. But I told Mark, I said, okay, well, if my hand starts hurting, I'll just take a break, and maybe this will be something I do over a couple days. So I didn't know what kind of staples to buy either. So I just bought 3 different kinds. Do you ever do that? Sometimes if I don't know what to buy, I'll just buy like a couple of something, or I'll just buy what I think is cutest. Mark says that's not always the best idea, and I'm like, well, at least I look cute using it, right? I mean, come on. I got 1/4 inch staples, I got 5/16 inch, and I got 3/8 inch. So I'm just gonna play with these and figure out what I think holds the fabric the best, and we will go from there. I'll let you guys know which ones I pick out, because I couldn't find that online. I have a screwdriver also, so that way I can detach the cushion from the chair, and I've got some scissors, and I've got a flathead screwdriver in case I need to pull out any of the staples if I mess up. So I think that's all the materials that I'm gonna need. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if you've never taken off the cushion before, I just wanted to show you guys what part you're looking for, because when you turn your chair over and you look at this, you're like, okay, what the heck, there's all these different screws and what's going on. You should have, my chairs, and I think most chairs are like this, but you should have these screws here, and those ones are the ones that we're gonna detach. Oh, hi Gracie. Gracie's she's making an appearance. But those are the ones that you want to unscrew, and that's going to release the cushion from the chair. So what I was hoping for is that I was going to be able to get 2 cushions out of one part of the fabric, like width-wise, and it looks like I definitely am going to be able to. So I'm not going to remove the fabric that's on here, I'm just gonna cover it, and I think that's just personal choice. I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and cut straight down I'm gonna get one figured out, and then I'm gonna use that as a template for the other one, so that way it makes the cutting process hopefully a little bit easier. All I did was just kind of wrap around the whole cushion and just made sure that it was gonna fit. And it looks like I definitely will be able to get both. And they're a pretty good sized cushion, I would say. So definitely if you have smaller cushions, you might even be able to get away with less fabric, but these are a pretty good size. So while I was cutting this fabric, it was very easy to do because there's already lines in the fabric because of the plaid. So that's definitely working in my favor. If you had a fabric that wasn't patterned with lines like this, you would definitely have to kind of maybe, you know, mark and measure and make sure that your lines are straight. But this is proving to be in my favor. And just to kind of get an idea. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing it in the viewfinder and it's so cute. Ah! I love the fabric. It is so cute. It's like even better than when it's on the chair. It's like even better. So the one thing I need to do is go find some sharper scissors. Hopefully I have some around here somewhere that I haven't like used up a whole bunch, but these ones are not working. This is the second pair that I tried. I'm probably gonna spend more time cutting the fabric than I am stapling it at this point. So make sure you have yourself a sharp pair of scissors as well. So you're gonna start with like one in the center here, one in the center here. I'm gonna fold that and fold that and then staple those two. So let's try this out. Oh, that was cool. Okay, that has a good hold. Okay, I feel good about that. Okay, and then pulling it tight, of course. Let's put in another one. Oh, that is so fun. Okay, I'm gonna put one right there. And then pulling it tight. I'm gonna put one right there. Let's take a look. It looks pretty good so far. Yeah. And it feels like it's nice and tight around. Okay. And so then I'm gonna work my way out at the bottom and just keep it really tight the whole way and leave an inch, like maybe an inch or 2 inches of space on either end so that way I can get my corners folded in nicely. Easy to keep the fabric tight with having done like one staple on each side. That made it like super easy. So let's do a corner. I'm going to start with one of these front corners and I'm going to cut off some of this excess fabric here. I want that front, like that looks really good to me. Looks good. We're just going to try it out. If we have to tear it out, it's okay. Okay. Maybe it looks good. It looks good to me. I guess as long as I'm happy with it, that's all that matters. So let's just do it. This is how the front looks. And I think that's pretty good for my first try. That's not too bad. Yeah. So over in these corners, I'm just gonna try to get this like as smooth and in the corner as I possibly can. So now I'm like doing the pleats kind of on the back. There. Looks good to me. And then in here, we'll do that. How's that? That looks good. Okay, here's how the chair looks. I think it looks so cute. It is so much better than before. I think that my corners look totally fine. So I think it's a win-win. Let's keep going. on the dining room chairs here. I haven't quite finished them, but now that I have got a few of them done, I wanted to give a little update on the little things that I have figured out as I've been going, because this definitely was something that I was just, you know, learning as I was doing it. And so now that I've kind of done a few of them, I feel like I can give you a little bit more education on how to do this. I did find that yes, it is easiest to cut as much fabric as you can off of the corners of the chairs, so that way when you're kind of like giving them that little pleat and fold over on each corner, there's less product to work with. I also found that the 5/16 staples work the best. They were holding the fabric the tightest to the chair when I stapled it. The last tip I want to mention is that with the corners of the chairs, I found that it was easiest to just kind of take a look at the front of the chair, the front profile of the chair, and kind of get that pleat to where I wanted it to be and how it looked. I didn't focus so much on how it ended up looking on the bottom of the chair. As long as I liked the way the corner looked on the front of the chair, I kind of messed with it until I got the corner right where I wanted it to lay. And then I would just flip that over and staple in the back side. And I found that that just ended up working easiest for me. Okay friends, the dining chairs are done and I'm so excited to show you how they turned out. Let me go ahead and give you an up close and you guys can see for yourselves. Okay, here they are. I love the way that they look in this space. This was like just such an easy DIY for such a big impact. I love that they are not, like this fabric doesn't have any blue in it. Like it is just gray and black and it's got this orange in it. But it is pulling like a little bit of the blue from the rug, and I just think it really ties that together nicely and just makes it feel like it all goes now, like it's a complete set. So one of these days I'll get to refinishing my table, but for now these made such a big impact to the room and I feel like I'm just gonna love them for years and years, yay! Okay, and the last piece of advice that I wanna share with you guys when you're doing this, the only little snag I ran into, the first 4 chairs that I cut out had this black line down the middle and they all just happened to work out that way. The last 2 that I cut, they ended up having, when I got them straightened out, they ended up having the orange line down the center. So of course, if you don't have the same fabric, you might not run into this issue, but I just wanted you to be aware that if you are working with a pattern, it is good to try to find a center and match that for the rest of the chairs. So I ended up having extra fabric left over, and so I did just like match my piece up and recut it so that way all of the chairs had this black line in the center. So even though you would literally probably never know that, you know, I'm the only one that would know that the orange line was in the center on 2 of them. Even Mark was like, Kylie, it's no big deal. Like no one would ever know, but I'm gonna know. And then I just felt like the side profiles might look a little bit different. So I just thought, you know what? I have extra fabric. I did buy 4 yards. I really only ended up needing 3 yards for this, and my chairs are pretty big, so just to kind of give you guys an idea, if you're gonna try this at home, you probably could get away with maybe 3 yards if you have 6 chairs, but I did buy 4 yards in case I messed up, knowing that in case I cut something wrong or I mess up or whatever, I'll have extra, and I did end up needing the extra. So if you guys are doing this project too, maybe just buy an extra yard. Unless you're a risk taker and you're super pro, go with the 3 yards, but I am glad I got the 4 because then I would have had an easy fix to just cut some new pieces so that way they would all match. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial, and you know, this is just proof that even if you don't totally know what you're doing, if you jump in, you can always figure it out, and that's how you're gonna learn, is just by jumping in and figuring it out as you go. So that's exactly what I did here, and I'm just so happy that I trusted my gut, I got this done, and now I feel like I have a whole new dining room because of it. So you guys can do anything that you set your minds to. I always appreciate you hanging out and for all your support. So stay tuned, stick around, and I'll catch you guys really soon. Bye!